Do-do-do. Good morning, and welcome to the Nostrocker Morning Review. I am Nostrocker. It is the morning. Let us review. This is the official first live broadcast of my morning review, but it's still kind of a soft opening, since you guys are my pals. But the idea here is that I'm just going to talk about my journey through learning Starcraft. A quick little bit of background. 50 days ago today, a friend of mine, who may be in this very broadcast, linked me some Starcraft videos. One was Day 9's Life of Starcraft, one was the Vibe Bronze to GM playlist. 49 days ago, I had a flight and I watched those videos. 48 days ago, I started playing some Starcraft. And yesterday, I got to the Platinum League. And it has been a heck of a journey. I'm having a lot of fun with it. So I wanted to make this thing to document the process of going from knowing nothing to Grandmaster, maybe? I did originally have the plan to get to Grandmaster in a year, but that's pretty tough. For those of you who do not know, Grandmaster is the top 200 per region, and you have to play actively to remain into this. So it's not something you just get to. That being said, I will just get to it and then I'll stop. The point is, it's pretty fucking hard. This is a very tough game, and it's the top of the top. But I have just fallen in love with playing it, and specifically with learning it. There's so many tiers of knowledge and experience that you get. Like every game you play is different, and then every league, the metagame is different, and it's just exciting, and it's super hard. So here I will just do a little morning review explaining where I am at, what accomplishments there have been, what massive failures there have been, what's working, what isn't working, and what I think about it. So, the background to my beginning of playing, just briefly, I was going to do 100 games of each race to decide on a race. I did 100 of Protoss, got placed like Gold 3, then I started doing Zerg and immediately fell in love with it. So I think I'm just going to stick with Zerg because it's like super fun. Super fun. I am now in Platinum with Zerg only, and I'll probably only be with them. Platinum is about the halfway point. And that seems like a good place to start with this whole video thing. I've gotten to average now. Cool. Oh, I had a graphic for this. Hold on. Is it here? It is. Wait. Oh no. We're having technical difficulties. Sounds like you've got to move. I don't get it. Okay. Graphic. Plat. All right. Am I in front of it? That's important. I'm not in front of it. Okay. We got a lot to work on here. It's okay. There we go. Platinum. Okay. This is going to be the actual review part. The last 24 hours, in this case, 72 hours. The ladder has obviously been going pretty well. I did some laddering. I got stuck at the end of Plat. Managed to make it up. Done a fair bit of training as well, and I think we're on a bounce back to just needing to get some more experience. I have been on a decent streak lately. I think I'm getting to a point where I'm becoming more comfortable in adapting and not just sticking to one pre-made plan and seeing if it works and then dying if it doesn't. I'm still not totally there. I mean, definitely the first game today, for example, I just stuck to a pre-made plan and it completely fell apart and I didn't know what to do with it. But generally speaking, I think I'm getting, if it was like a language, I'm getting to the point where you can like fumble through an interaction and people will like kind of get what you're saying, which is definitely a very big first step, but also a pretty considerable way to go. This weekend as well, I did the Starcraft Master minigame, which ended up being a much greater undertaking than I anticipated it would be. It took about 5.5 hours, but we did it. And it's just a bunch of like micro challenges basically that help you learn the mechanics of the game and the execution of very precise things. Now, I would argue that some of it was way too specific and precise to maybe ever be of value. But that being said, just going through the process of exploiting these strange little mechanical tricks and understanding what is possible. I mean, it could be that in some game, that little perfect placement of... Actually, I'm thinking of Infested Terran, which aren't in the game anymore. But you know, that little knowledge of like how things can twitch around and stuff. Like even if you don't do it perfectly, it might give you an extra few seconds, which in some games, that's all you need. The 2s and the 3s have been continuing on, which has been really good. I've noticed that with the 2s and 3s, if I am playing with Kelly, with Browntown, everything is totally different. And I think it's actually kind of making me a better player overall, both playing with him and without him. But when I'm playing with him, it's like I have map hacks, you know? Kelly is very aware of what's going on in the game, and he's very active in keeping tabs on that sort of thing, and he communicates it. So when I play that, everything just feels better because I know kind of what I need to get ready for. I know if I need to switch from droning to making armies. I know if I need to switch my whole army composition. This knowledge of like, oh, he's going to attack right away, or oh, they're not doing anything. Like, it changes everything. And then I play without Kelly, and then it's all of a sudden so challenging and frightening, and everything is so dark, and I don't know what's going on. I obviously do a certain amount of scouting on my own, but not to that degree. So it's definitely a constant focus. Though today we also realized that scouting isn't very good without understanding what to do with that information. So that's something else we'll have to work on. But you know, one thing at a time. One thing at a time, by the way, very important Starcraft thing. It's so complicated. You really just have to do one thing, hope it's good, and then eventually turn it into a habit that you don't have to think about. It's something. Anyway, that pretty much covers what has been happening. As the ladder has been going well, I do want to keep playing. I've done a lot of mechanics drilling, and I'm getting pretty good with the camera hotkeys and getting better with army groups. So I think it's definitely still time to just play and probably get to that next plateau in Platinum, which I'm sure is coming soon. I've definitely seen a few games where it's like people know a lot more than I do, and they're a lot more prepared to execute it than I am. So at the moment, I think it's going to be just play games and watch some more videos. Just get information broadly into my head. Watching Vibe Guides and Pig and Neuro and all these good streamers, should explain who these people are, who have tons of information on what to do in basically every situation. And while I may not be able to do it all perfectly, I think I just need to soak in ideas at the moment. So that's going to be the theme for the week. And I think with that, we're going to be about reviewed. Thank you very much for coming. I appreciate your support while I do my goofy things. I hope that you learned something and maybe enjoyed this little talk. And I hope you'll come back again. Thanks a lot. Have a wonderful day. Good morning to you.